everyone, I'm Alex, and I'm one of the science kids. Today we're going to be talking about Galen of Pergamon. Galen was a physician and a philosopher in the Roman Empire. He made quite a few significant claims and discoveries in the field of medicine. In fact, a lot of his discoveries are even relevant to medicine today. Well, a lot of them were wrong, but let's give him the benefit of the doubt. He lived in the 2nd century. That's like almost 2,000 years ago. Anyway, here are some of Galen's discoveries. Galen was one of the first people to differentiate between veins and arteries. Well, he didn't call them veins and arteries, but he knew the difference between the two types of blood vessels. The blood vessels that held deoxygenated blood and the blood vessels that held oxygenated blood. This was a significant contribution to the field of medicine. However, he did get one thing wrong. He postulated that the circulatory system, which is the system of the heart and how it pumps blood to the rest of the body, was composed of two separate systems. We now know that that's not true. In fact, the circulatory system is just one system that is composed of the heart pumping blood out to give oxygen to the rest of the body, and then receiving blood, which goes to the lungs to become oxygenated, and then pump that to the rest of the body, and the cycle continues. But that's not all. Galen had some other significant contributions to medicine. One of them is that he figured out that the larynx is responsible for creating our voice. You've probably done this before, but let's just do it again as an experiment. Put your hand on your throat and keep a note. Oh. You can feel your throat vibrate, and that's your larynx. The larynx has these tissues that are kind of like folds that vibrate very, very fast. Remember, sound is produced by pockets of air moving and pushing other pockets of air to produce a sound wave. The folds of tissue in the larynx vibrating moves air, which therefore moves other particles of air and therefore produces sound. Depending on the speed of the vibrations, the properties of the sound wave can change. Galen had many other significant discoveries, not just to the field of medicine, but also to philosophy. But let's just finish his video off on probably his most significant discovery. Drumroll, please. Galen was one of the first people to figure out that the brain is responsible for cognition. What? That's a big deal. Okay, so that might seem obvious. Obviously, the brain is responsible for cognition. But at the time, people didn't know that. This was just the 2nd century AD. In fact, the ancient Egyptians, when they buried pharaohs, they removed all their organs and put them in caskets. All but one organ, the heart, and not the brain. That's because they thought the heart was the most important organ, and it's where your soul was. We now know that the brain is responsible for cognition, and that's where your consciousness lies. Maybe that's where the saying, "you gotta have heart" comes from, because back then, people thought that the heart was responsible for emotions. We now know that the brain is responsible for that, specifically the limbic system. We hope you enjoyed this video. Please show some limbic system to us over here by subscribing. Our social media pages and our website are in the description below. And as always, science is everywhere and in everything. Bye!